It worked. Okay.
I love the epic music.
So I really wanted to change that last slide to because it said every Sunday for the longest, and we do every other Sunday now. And I'm like, I got to change that. It's driving me nuts. And yeah, finally.
I have to admit, it feels so much better every other Sunday because then we get plenty of time to come up with topics and we get plenty of time to just kind of chill out
Yeah.
and rest our brains a little bit.
Yeah. Because I was like, it feels like we're going over the same topics like over and over and over again, and there's like no space in between, and I don't want to bore people.
Right. Exactly. I mean, if I feel like, okay, I've heard this so many times, then obviously the audience has. So you're just kind of like,
Exactly. All right. Oh, intros. Hi. Welcome to another episode of Breaking the Block. We are awake, I think, possibly. I haven't been through my first coffee cup yet, but we're here. And what Breaking the Block is that we help writers and other creatives get over uh, things, creative problems like blocks, like procrastinativity, like ideas on creating new ideas or taking a break or getting rid of that toxic imposter syndrome thing going on. So, yeah, Rach, if you want to introduce yourself, you're over here.
I'm, yeah, okay. I've got the giggles this morning. Sorry. It is what it is, which
Yep.
is becoming one of my favorite phrases here lately. I'm Rachel D. Adams on the official author stuff and author tube and all that kind of stuff. But you can call me Rach. I'm a feral author, and I have got so many projects that I'm working on right now. I kind of fell into the trap that Sam and Sky and some of the others have kind of pulled me into is oh, don't worry about it, just work on what you want. Well, now I've got like 4 projects at once that I'm working on. So
It's fine.
multi-genre author is what I'm going to term myself from now on. And if you want to know more about me and my co-authors, go to racheldadams.com and you can look everything up there. All the links are on that. I love having just one place to send people.
Exactly.
And also, I have to say, I agree, Liz. Sam is never boring. Now, some of the subjects that we repeat a lot sometimes can be.
Try to keep everything lively. You'll make me cry.
Chaos rules. Yes.
Rach pulling double duty. There's a Liz. There's a James. Did it work? I am not sure. Maybe. Let's see. Me with happy time zones. You too. Uh, Liz says, awake. I just typed a bunch without switching on my keyboard first. I've been there.
Done that. Or if I have it in caps lock for some reason, then I'm just like typing away and I'm like, oh, crap. Okay.
The characters have screamed everything. Oh my goodness. All right. So today's topic is actually going to be about beta readers. Liz actually brought this up in our little group chat over on IG. So, first things first is this question. What do you ask your beta readers to watch for in your work? And is there a checklist or form you send them with questions?
Okay, I started doing that, but I've not done that in forever. Um, yeah, in a perfect world, yeah, you would have a list that you are asking your beta readers to kind of check out. But my big thing now has become, hey, did you catch anything that I didn't see? And also, I will come up, you know, Sam, I'll come up with a question like later on that I'm like, oh yeah, let me ask you, what about this? What about that? Um, Once you get beta readers that you trust, like I've got now that I'm like, okay, well, let me throw this question at you. Let me throw this question at you. And they know your world well enough. They can usually just be like, answer me, right off the bat about what I need to know. But in when you don't know your beta reader, yes, absolutely. This is a really good idea, is have a checklist of things that you're really not sure about, or that you're wanting them to catch for you so that they can go in ahead of time and know it instead of being like me and throwing a surprise curveball. Because I literally just gave them a manuscript and I realized that I left something out of it. So I'm just gonna wait and see what if they catch it. If they don't, I at least have the notes. I can tell them later.
Wow. Well, at least it wasn't the trash fire that I sent y'all the first time. I don't know. Hmm.
Oh, but to be fair, that was an accident. That was Google messing with you. So
Google and Word just like went, we're going to mess with her and we're going to mess everything up and we're going to make her embarrassed and it's all going to be
sorry, I had to get a note for
hilarious.
that.
You're good. So I'm with Rach on this. I have found 2 to 6 beta readers that I trust, depending on which piece of work it is or which series it is. Um, because some people don't want to read like the SW Lupine stuff, and some people are fine with it. So that's the reason why I have like kind of like 2 different groups a little bit. But uh, story origin is a good place to kind of start when you're looking for beta readers because they actually provide you with a questionnaire that you can like click off like what you want to ask your beta readers kind of thing. So
Yes, you
that
have
can,
examples.
yeah. So that can kind of like get you started and then you'll know for next time. Like the questions that I ask my beta readers for the SW Lupine stuff has kind of grown and evolved as I've gotten better as a writer. Um, like first I was like, does this make sense? And that's like a really broad question, and I don't suggest you ask that. But um, it has evolved into so this plot point right here. Did it carry through well? Did it like drop off at any point and you got confused as to where the story was going or something like that? But there is also a couple of articles online. This one is one of the ones that I used for the first. No, I think it was. No, I can't remember what book it was, but it was one of the later ones because I was kind of struggling with beta reader questions. So yeah, story origin, and story origin is vetted too. Like they kind of vet their beta readers. They can't get the next chapter until they give you feedback on the chapter that they're on. So that's a very
I
good
do like their
system.
system.
Yeah.
I haven't used it in a long time, but I do like their system.
Yeah. Um, I think you can kind of do the same thing with Book Funnel too if you don't want to sign up with Story Origin. You just have to upload like each chapter individually, and once they get done with it, they message you and you send them the next chapter kind of thing. But yeah. Uh,
And I don't know if you guys appreciate it or not, but I guess I can ask you here. When it comes to longer pieces, I will break it into sections, and it's not a matter of I don't trust them to finish. It's just a matter of it's smaller bites, and so that helps for me. That helps. But like Sam's most recent, and also Maggie's most recent read, they weren't huge, they weren't hefty, so it didn't take up a lot of space on my computer or cause any problems. But there are times when Google Docs will lag, and there are times when I've had Word just absolutely shut down on me
yeah.
because the manuscript was so big, and so it. I've just gotten to where I will piece it into like 4 pieces and send a piece at a time
Yeah.
to a beta reader.
Yeah. Um, that is very helpful too, because sometimes I get this whole I am never going to finish this syndrome.
That too. It's daunting. So and Devin can attest to me looking at her manuscript and going, "Are you serious right now?" Uh and me freaking out a little bit
Yeah. Yeah.
because she hired me. So yeah, there are 2 different types of beta readers. So she hired me specifically for a deep dive beta read. And now I rarely do those anymore because I don't want to put the pressure on myself. Like I said, I about freaked out because I was like, how am I going to get this done for her? Oh my gosh, that's so long. So yeah.
Yeah. Um, Google Docs, that's the one that's used the most to share documents, I guess. Um, it kind of crashes out between 50,000 and 75,000 words. So kind of keep that in mind. That could be a good point for you to break up your project to send to beta readers if you use Google Docs that way. Word is kind of getting the same way. I don't know
Word
if
did
it,
that to me.
yeah, I don't know if it's all the things that they've added to it that's making it crash out sooner or what, because I used to be able to do 150,000 word projects on Word, no problem.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
but now it's like, I'm going to break at
So
75,000.
it didn't shut down on me. What it did, so this is what it did to me. Like it would not let me review. Um I could not make comments. And we troubleshoot. We did a troubleshooting thing, me and the writer. So it's not that we didn't try and it's not that we didn't understand that maybe we had a setting wrong. It was literally Word was just like, no, you're not doing anything else to this manuscript. It's long enough. How dare?
Hmm.
And I was just like, wow, okay. So yeah, once she cut it in half, and she sent me half and half, it was good. So it worked.
Nice. I don't know what I was working on. It had to have been either gay or sated, but I was trying to add in the chapter breaks, the little pictures that I use,
Hmm.
and it just freaked out. It was like, no, we're not doing this. I don't, nope. No, it's small. It's a little over 50,000 words. What are you doing?
Um, yeah, CB, understand. But for me, when I was doing fan fiction, I would get feedback constantly on the fan fiction. So I kind of did it, kind of equated that to beta readers once I knew what a beta reader was. Because remember, like when I was doing fan fiction, I didn't know what any of the publishing stuff meant. I had to educate myself on it. So I didn't know that they were basically doing the job of a beta reader by making a comment on what they saw that they liked and what they saw that they didn't like, and things like that. Now, also in fan fiction, grammar was a thing, but at the same time, it wasn't. Like, we had different people from different countries that had different levels of how they would do things and how they would speak. So we had to keep that in mind, especially as moderators.
There was also another website that it just hit my brain. It was another one that I used to use like way back when, but now I can't find it. Um, but you would put your work up there and you had to critique other people's works in order to get points to um, get people to critique your work or to upload your
Oh,
work
that's
or
neat.
something like that. Yeah. I want to say it was critiquepanel.com, but it's not pulling up anything. So I'll
Critique partner,
maybe it's
critique
Critique
partners,
Partner.
because that sounds familiar.
Good Story Company. Nope.
Okay, it just sounded familiar.
Critique website.
So the trust for Google Docs is there for me because we we started in email groups, and when Dawn and I keep wanting to call her Tina because that's her name, but y'all know her as Dawn. So um, Dawn and I, when we decided to take our story and leave the actual email groups and the clubs and stuff, we needed to find something that we could both work on at the same time. So we found this thing called I think it was Writing Pad, and it had a big old frog on it at the front. It was open source code, and so we started using that. And this is pre Google Docs because Google I think kind of stole that and created Google Docs out of it. And so when we saw Google Docs, we were like, "Oh, this is the same kind of the same thing we were already using." So that's why we just kind of went there. I understand there's a lot of bad blood on the background of Google. There's a lot of bad blood everywhere right now on what these tech companies have done to people in their writing and stuff, but we stay there because we've got so much invested there, and it's going to take us a long time to be able to move all of our stuff and put it on another platform. So that's why we're staying there. And I'll mention Google Docs because also it's convenient. All the syncing and everything that we do
Mm.
works.
Um, I'm putting all my new stuff on Ellipsis, but I'm still saving stuff to Google Docs too. So it
Yeah.
kind of defeats the purpose. But I've been wanting to try out Ellipsis for a long time to see if it is like Google
Yeah,
Docs.
I've got it set up, but I haven't moved past that.
Yeah,
The main setup.
yeah. It works pretty well, but I haven't sent anything to anybody yet either. So we've still got that step to test.
We keep going through the whole, hey, we need to do this. Okay. But let's go back here. I think it's our age, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we're turning into the new tech thing.
We're the ones that are like, this thing, I don't know, I don't understand. Just give me what I'm used to.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we're becoming that.
Yes, we are. Unfortunately, uh, we had some kind of similar group on Facebook at one point. You got points initially to start, then you gained or spent with helping.
Ah.
This is the website that I used, Scribophile.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, you can upload your work. You critique others' works to get points so that people can critique yours and whatever. It explains it all on the website. So yeah,
So ellipsis is supposed to be exactly the same. So we've just got to, and to be fair about the trust thing with Google and Microsoft, because I've had things ruined by, we had to rewrite most of our stuff because Microsoft absolutely ate a good portion of our writing. Um, so I don't trust any program, and so I've got things saved in multiple formats off the computer too. So I always suggest to everybody, please do that because completely trusting a platform like this, especially when you write some of the stuff that we write,
yeah,
at any moment they could be like, "Oh, how dare!" and you don't have access anymore. So,
yeah. Seems like there was something with. I don't want to say it was Apple, but like they were trying to pass where they could scan your documents, and if there was anything uh, talking about certain things that are illegal, um, then they could like deny your access and close
mhm.
your account and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know,
Yeah, to be honest, it just takes somebody actually doing something about it because they have it in the terms of service, and Stripe too. They have it in their terms of service.
yep,
And if you want to talk about somebody being scared and paranoid, all of these platforms would be. that way when it comes to Stripe. If Stripe happened to be run by somebody that cared about that kind of thing more than they do right now, because it's in their terms of service,
Yeah.
and they could easily just go, nope.
Yeah. And
And
that's
that's one of the things that worries me.
yeah.
But
Yeah. And that's the reason why you always pull your money from platforms and you cash it out and you put it in
cashed
little
out.
jars and bury it. Oh my
But
god.
anyway, back to beta readers. Yeah. Another thing that I've heard recently is people saying that they have to pay for beta readers, or they have
Oh,
to belong to a certain club to have a beta reader.
yeah.
And
That was one of the questions too.
okay, this is one of those gray areas.
Yeah.
It's not gray. Complicated. It's complicated. It's a relationship. It's complicated. Um, I have found a group of authors that are my beta readers. Often, two of them, one of them here, is almost constant. Okay, but I have some that kind of come and go, and so I trust them. You know, I will beta read for them in return. I do that. We kind of trade back and forth because, I mean, it just wouldn't be fair for me to, or anybody to throw all of your beta reading work to somebody and then not do anything for them. That's just rude. But luckily, I enjoy reading their stuff anyway, so it works out. But that is barter, essentially. Um, I do volunteer for some people because they like something will interest me, and I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, well let me try. I no guarantees, but I'll try.
Right.
And if I like it, I'll just keep reading it and making notes and stuff and give them my feedback. Um, and so that's volunteering because you don't expect anything in return, and we because they may not like my stuff, and I get that. There's also the paying for it.
Hmm.
I offer beta reading services that are in my wheelhouse of things I do professionally. But when somebody hires me to beta read, they're essentially getting a proofread, is what they're getting.
Okay.
They are getting me looking over each and every line, just like really letting them know absolutely everything I see. Um, so that's the reason I charge for that one. I'm also putting them ahead of everybody else
Hmm.
because they're paying me to do this, and they probably have a timeline specific that you know but I always make sure that I let anybody else know, hey, I'm not going to be able to do anything during this time frame because I've really got to focus on this. So that's how that works.
Hmm.
There are also beta readers that I've paid because they are experts in, I'll do quotations, experts in a specific thing. When I first started with urban fantasy and paranormal romance, I wanted to find beta readers that were specific to the genre, and I didn't know anybody here on AuthorTube. So I hired a couple of people. And I think I mean, I didn't pay a whole hell of a lot for it. It was not overly expensive, and I've heard some really expensive beta readers. Now, if it was a deep dive, that'd be different. I did pay one over $100. Why? Because she did chapter summaries, she did extensive, kind of like what I do, the
Hmm.
proofreading and everything with it.
Hmm.
Which, wow, that was actually, now come to think of it, her price for all the stuff that she did as a beta reader was fantastic
Right.
because I got all that done. Know what you're hiring the person for. Know what you should expect, because there have been some cases where I've heard authors say that they paid a beta reader as much as I charge for the extensive stuff, and what this other person charged me, and they only get like a page going, hey, yeah, it was good, or maybe fix this, maybe fix that, and it'll just be like a couple of paragraphs, and you're like, wait, what? I just paid what for you
No.
to? No,
No.
no, 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 no.
We're not doing
Don't
$20 a
don't get
word on the review.
nah, don't get scammed. Not especially not when you've got people like us who are out here going, "Oh, well, I think that's interesting. I'll read it for you." You
Mm,
know, so that's a big deal for me. That's a pain point because I've seen people kind of take advantage of other people with that kind of thing. So if you can't afford a beta reader, keep looking until you find ones that you can trust to do it, and they'll probably do it for free.
yeah, yeah. Um, in my experience, I've never paid for a beta reader just because I don't have that money. Um, especially now that this is like my full time job right here.
Yeah, I've pulled back like but I'm more established now.
Yeah,
So we have all of these author tubers that are like, "Oh yeah, I would love to read that."
yeah,
Cool, here you go. Tell me
exactly.
what you think.
But I do barter a lot. And I did used to beta read off of Story Origin a lot too because I wanted to get the practice in and I wanted to become a better beta reader. Mm. Uh, overall, kind of thing. Um, I will volunteer for some things, but honestly, Rach and Maggie keep me pretty busy.
I've gotten into my flow here where I just keep on throwing things.
So I feel guilty about volunteering for anything else, especially since I'm so slow with Rach and Maggie. So, um, but yeah, just make sure that if it's not somebody that you know, if you have similar friends, like if they message you on like Instagram or Facebook or they volunteer to beta read your stuff here in chat, um, feel free to ask people who seem to know them better just to try to vet them so that you have that
Yeah.
peace of mind yourself. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, because I've heard horror stories.
Mm,
Thankfully, that's never happened to me.
yeah.
But I have heard horror stories
Yeah.
about beta readers stealing ideas and stuff like that. And I don't want to be part of the paranoia police, but at the same time, vet them, be
Mm,
sure. And remember, you've got all of your copies and all of your proof of work.
yeah.
So that's a big deal too. Like I make sure that I've got all of that setting aside. My flow now includes me going ahead and assigning a ISBN so that all of my information is officially somewhere
Hmm.
before I send them the beta. Now, I trust them. That's not a problem, but I'm saying like that might be something to do if you are going into it not knowing the person as well.
Yeah.
So,
That's
hey
a good
Andy.
one. Hey, Andy. Hi, hi.
Yeah, I don't know how it is in other countries, but Bowker gives you plenty of room to write the idea out and even load parts of your chapters and stuff
Mm,
into it, so you have proof, solid proof on an official website.
yeah.
That this is your product.
Yeah.
And I think other countries they have something similar, and some of them even probably. I think Liz has even said something about that they require you to put a bunch of stuff there that we're not required to put.
Mm, yeah. Um, well, it says, I've paid in the past, but I can't afford it right now. Understandable. Right there with you. Right now, I've mostly got reader friends, not writer friends, reading, and I worry they forget this is not finished yet. I get that. And that's like a conversation that you kind of have to have with them too. Um, like, for instance, I had a beta reader that was brand new to me, and it felt like she was rewriting my entire book in her style, which I did not appreciate. uh, just, so that's a conversation that you need to have with the beta readers, and sometimes and sometimes your beta reader will get lost in the story and forget to make comments. I've done that 100 times.
I've had to go back and be like, oops, let me reread this.
Exactly. Um,
There was a particular scene in the last one that I was like, oh, wait. Because I got caught up in it and I was trying to figure out. And actually, that was one of the comments I made. I was like, I don't know who did what. Wait, what? Who said what? Because it was such a good scene, too. And I was just like, but who did that? Who said
yeah,
that? Wait.
yeah, yeah.
I love banter, but I get confused easily. So
And it's easily to get confused with the boys too, because
especially with Herrick.
you never know what's going to come out of his mouth.
Nope.
He has no filter. um, yeah, I fixed that, by the way.
Good. Because I was just like, what? Because okay, so y'all don't understand. Let me just tell you that if you ever read Sam's books, there are two redheads. They have a special relationship.
Mm-hmm.
They can finish each other's sentences.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both snarky as hell.
Yeah.
And inappropriate. They love to be inappropriate.
Yeah.
Like brothers tend to be, but they're not brothers. Very much not brothers. But it's just funny. And you get into it and you're like, you could just see them going back and forth. And then by the end of the chapter, you're like, wait, who said what? I was supposed to tell her something. So yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry we got on that. But that's a beta reader. That's beta reading.
Yeah.
You got to go back and be like, what did I need to say to the author though?
Yeah. And that's another thing too. When you get good beta readers and beta readers that stick with you, it's easy for that beta reader to get lost in your work because they are so invested in it themselves. That's the kind of beta reader that you want to find and hold and keep happy. Send them treats and gifts and
and coffee if they need coffee. Your favorite kind of coffee.
Liz says that's a good idea. The ISBN, never thought of that. In Mexico, you have to give exact page number to get your ISBN.
Ooh. I don't like that. I like our system because you can set it up beforehand. I know because if you're in beta reader mode, you don't know how many pages you're actually going to have.
Yeah. And you don't know, like for me, this last book, for instance, I didn't know if I wanted to put a preview for anything in the back of the book. So, of course, when I went to go get my ISBN, I hadn't added a preview or made that decision yet. So that would have, thrown it off, probably, a lot. But there is a preview in the back of it. Yeah. Rach and Maggie will be happy.
Yes, we will. I actually have that question about the current one that you guys have. It's like, should I add a in the future kind of what do you call that? Brain epilogue kind of thing where it shows a little bit further into the future, more about the happily chaotic ever after in that one. So
I'm all for it. I mean, you know me. The more I get with the characters, the better I am. But yeah. So CV says ISBN numbers are quite complex in the UK, I think, but I can't remember how it works. Gotcha.
So is there another system that you can use to make it official? I mean, from what I understand, if you publish a work anywhere, then it's considered yours, and that way you have proof. But at the same time, I was just trying to figure out that was one of my things, because like the whole Dragon Tasker universe has been is in our copyright system. Because I went ahead and paid the $80 back in the day when I had it and did that. And I gave the gist of everything, and I listed, the world, how it's set up and everything in the documents. And I even tossed in our original drafts of the first portion. To that way, I don't have every single book, obviously, in that, but I can look back and go, look, point, we came up with this. This is our idea. You can't do that. You can't borrow from that.
This is
I do like fan fiction, but not somebody making money off of our stuff.
Yeah. And that's another thing too. I know copyright works differently in different countries as well. I know
Yeah.
US is, I don't want to say it's slack like the ISBN, but I mean you can still put a lot of detail into the copyright, but it does also kind of seem a little slack, a little bit, just
Well, any
But
system where you're just like you're basically just using it to prove something.
mm,
Because to be honest, even with the proof, then you've got to be willing to hire a lawyer if somebody decides to try and steal from you and go through the court system.
yep.
So there's that
Mm,
too when you think about it.
mm. And I know there's a thing where when you have your work, you email it to yourself, and that's proof of date and stuff like that. So
Used to be physical copies. I remember back then, back in
yeah,
the
you mailed the physical copy to
you
yourself.
mailed
Yeah,
a physical copy of your manuscript to yourself.
yeah, and you didn't open it, just
Yeah,
like
don't
your
open it.
what was it? The college. Um,
Transcripts. Yes.
yes.
Yes. That was their proof that it was real because it was not opened. Dadgummit. And I'm just looking at them going, really?
Yeah. This, like the one that I got from my first college, it was just taped. Like it wasn't licked or anything. It was just taped, and I'm like,
So even they were like, yeah, whatever.
yeah.
We shouldn't be making light of that because,
No.
but at the same time, that was my brain. My brain really was like, are you serious right now?
Same. They handed it to me, and they're like, "Do not open this," and I'm like, "The corner is already coming up." I mean,
Yep, there's a big difference between fan fiction and plagiarism.
yeah. Andy says beta readers can be really helpful if they're the right beta readers. Only need one or two to make a huge impact, but not easy to find these. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. One or two is always a good.
Hey, Margaret.
There's an almighty difference between fan fiction and plagiarism. I would still mail a physical copy to myself and not open it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it covers you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just made fun of it because I was just like, this could be so easy to do something with, But if that's how y'all look at it and it holds up in a court of law, go.
Yeah. Go for it. Mailed physical copies of designs to self back in the day. There you go. And there's a Margaret. Like the stream immediately. Thank you. Uh, just forget it exists every week. It's okay.
It does.
Yeah.
The brain
Well,
is.
yeah. Even especially now since we're doing like every other Sunday, it's like, okay, is this the Sunday that we're supposed to go live? Why is there no cinnamon roll emoji? I don't know.
We do need one of those, don't we?
Yeah, we do. All right, so let's see. The next question. We kind of covered this a little bit already, but whether you're beta readers, do you do a contract, an NDA, or what? And how do you vet your betas? So I read a story with an author here recently, and she had several. I'm pretty sure it was beta readers, and it wasn't her ARC readers, but it could have very well been the ARC readers too. So forgive me if I'm wrong about that. But she sent her book out. She had an NDA. She had a contract with them, and still, one of them took her book and published it. So it's almost as if what's the point of doing a contract and an NDA if somebody can still do that?
It comes
But
back to you're still going to have to use that in a court of law.
exactly, she has proof, and
Mm-hmm.
that proof is probably going to save her book. Is going
Yeah.
to allow her to publish her book. So
Because what happens is if they publish it first, then you're the one that has to prove that it's your book before you can publish yours.
mhm.
So, Yeah, if you don't know your beta readers and you don't trust you haven't established that kind of trust, definitely I would suggest contract and NDAs. Um, you can work the NDA kind of into a contract though. I've seen it worded correctly
Mhm.
so that they understand that they're not supposed to talk about this outside uh, of what they're doing, and so you know
Yeah.
go with your gut on that, man. Just, I've got so far everybody that I've gotten to beta read since the very first two, and they had their own contracts, and I read them, and they basically were covering their butt because they saw this as a business. They were on Fiverr, right? So they wanted to cover their butt to be sure that somebody didn't come back and say that they had done anything
Mhm.
unethical. So, but I did have some contracts pulled aside at the time, just in case I needed them. Now, I believe when you go through Story Origin, they have a contract in place,
Yes, I'm
and
pretty sure they
so
do. Yeah.
if somebody does something unethical there, you can go to Story Origin, get them to pull the logs,
Mhm.
and that's your go-to for any legal troubles.
Yeah. And that's another thing about vetting. For instance, Rach mentioned Fiverr. Fiverr has protections for the buyer and for
Yeah.
the person selling their services. Story Origin has protections for the author and for the reader too.
Mhm.
So if you are worried about somebody stealing your work, I would highly suggest going through something like Fiverr or Story Origin or something like that. Um,
Yeah,
because
people diminish Fiverr a lot, but that is a thing. Like you got to understand that they're putting their name on the lines. They're putting their livelihood and business on the lines every time they agree to a contract.
yeah,
There is a contract, and if they don't deliver properly or they do something that they shouldn't do, then they lose everything.
mm,
And you have all the proof that you need
mm,
through there. And honestly, I don't know if I got lucky or what, but so far everybody that I have hired through Fiverr has been up and up.
yeah,
They've been good.
yeah. Let's see. Margaret says, of the four cinnamon roll could kill you possibilities, where in the Matrix do Sam and Rachel fall? uh, the poison one. No. Liz says, that's what I worry about, or rewrite and add the elements I work so hard around. Yeah. This is exactly why I'm a little bit squeaky with writing anything that isn't fanfic. I've never had a beta reader I didn't know pretty long and well. Gotcha.
Yeah. If it wasn't for, like I said, when I first started out, I didn't know anybody. And so I went to these programs that actually had the mechanism involved to
Mm-hmm.
cover me and cover them. And then once I got to know all of the folks on here on AuthorTube and stuff, I was like, okay, so I would trust you guys, and you could trust me since I've been around here for a while, and we were good.
Yeah,
And that's how you build relationships out of a networking.
exactly. Uh, would uploading the manuscript to Lulu or something without publishing be proof?
I would think
Yes,
so. That's a
because they have a
publishing.
date. Yeah, they have a date of upload. So yeah, that would be proof. There's a
So,
lot.
like, if you beat them to KDP, even though you haven't actually hit the button to publish it live yet, it's still there.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So that, yeah, that would be another way.
I would think so.
Hmm.
Because anything that I publish online, say on Substack, on Medium, on blog, on anything, it's published.
Yeah,
It's, there's proof.
yeah. And even like if you do a map of your world, that's proof as well. And there's always a
Yeah.
date on that map, like Incarnate. I have all my maps on Incarnate, and that's kind of proof for me too. It's a little bit kind of out there, but all the names on there, they're mine.
Mhm. Yup. Hey, Laura. Long time no see.
I know. She back. She back. Uh, KDP. No. I support. Yeah. The poison. The poison for Cusco.
The poison.
um. All right, so this is the last one. And again, we've kind of covered this a little bit, but just to kind of hammer it home, I guess. Hold on. Was it one of the lawyers who found KDP didn't replace the draft with the final copy? I remember this vaguely, but I don't remember who it was. It'll probably come to me at 3 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, I vaguely remember this. Um, but that was the only one that I've ever heard of that happening to. So yeah. Margaret says, "Oh, I just got my access to my Ingram account back. Yay! So now I have to go in and map out which editions are coming from where. Too many platforms, but work to do to streamline." Yes.
Once you streamline it, that's going to be so much better. Yeah, it's just the work to get there is really rough.
Yeah. And even when you think you have it streamlined, when you have a brain like mine and habits like mine, you throw the streamline out the window and try to start a new one, like every so often. So just don't do that. Just don't. It's not worth it. Now, Liz says that they have heard of 3 cases where KDP didn't replace the draft with the final copy.
Ooh, I guess I've gotten lucky then because
Yeah.
I'm horrible. I am oh gosh, I am a horrible rewriter. And I will see something and I'll be like, oh, okay, here we go back to Atticus again because I've got to redo everything because I forgot something. So their program has so far accepted every one of them.
Yeah. I don't go through KDP, and that's probably a bad thing. I do everything from draft to digital to Ingram. Everything goes through them. I don't touch anything else because I just, yeah.
I'm greedy. So, I do Google Play and I do KDP myself. I used to actually even do Apple and Barnes and Noble myself, but that was a pain in that. So I let Draft to Digital handle that after that. So
okay.
So yeah, I can attest on KDP that I've not had any problems so far with that situation. Not that they didn't have problems, because I've heard some bad stories about almost every platform that there is.
Yeah.
Doing something to jack up somebody's stuff. So yeah, it's just really like double check everything. I double check everything as I'm publishing it. So maybe that's a thing. Don't just trust that things went through and they don't, because tech gremlins happen.
Yeah. And human error happens, and yeah.
For me, it's always been human error. I would forget something, or they would pick up an error, because if you publish directly through them, they actually will run a scan and pick up on any errors. And of course, mind speak always comes up. Ain't always comes up. A lot of the names come up in their search. And so you have to go down a list of quality checks to let them know, yes, 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 yes. And inevitably I will see one thing like I didn't put a space between 2 words or something like that. And the little imp in the back of my head's like, you got to redo this.
Yeah.
There's no way you're releasing it like this. It's just horrible. And it's just like, it's just one error, but yeah. So I've had to go through and redo it in the same day. So it's tough.
Yeah. Let's see.
And I'm moving my stuff. I'm moving all of my print stuff to Ingram Spark
There you go.
because I have gotten stuff in and I've decided that they have the best quality for the colors on my books. And they also don't, I only had one book come in out of 20 that had physical issues.
Mhm.
Whereas here lately, Amazon has been doing a really bad job.
Yeah.
I actually had to get them to replace stuff recently. It was that bad.
I've only had one
Same with Drafted
bad
Digital.
case. Yeah. Um, I've only had one bad case from Ingram Spark, and that was Capture the Empress, where it was almost. Let's see how many comes in a case for Capture. I think it's 24, or it might be 20. But it was almost half of the books had like the glue spots and like
Oh no.
weird stuff on the cover, and where the spine wasn't actually glued to the to the pages.
Did so the question, did they replace it?
Yes, they
Okay.
did. Yeah.
So
Uh,
far every company, as long as you send them pics, they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's we're so sorry," and they
yeah.
replace them.
Yeah.
So
And
I
it's
give
really
all
easy
the
to do.
companies a thumbs up on that.
Yeah.
It's just if you're in a pinch and you've got an event and you're coming up against that event, that sucks.
Yeah. Exactly. That's kind of the reason why I don't do deadlines. But this latest book, I've done a deadline, and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. So it's okay. It's fine. We're fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay. Apparently, you used to be able to find fanfic betas on final fanfiction.net, but I trust that site about as much as I trust my brain, which I don't.
Oh no. See, y'all are teaching me stuff when it comes to the fan fiction stuff. Like I had never heard of some of these sites. We were literally in specific groups in each platform, like MSN back in the day, Yahoo,
Well,
and then more recently groups.io
mhm.
and JSync, I think is the other one. So me finding out that there's an entire platform made for fan fiction back in, I guess it was 2022 was the first time I'd heard of it. I was just like, what? There really is? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know what Wattpad was until I got into AuthorTube.
Yeah. Wattpad was kind of new to me back in the day. I did post Death's Twisted Crown up on Wattpad. It was my first published work, technically. But let's see. Fanfiction.net has been around forever. I think I learned about them in 2004.
Hmm.
I don't know. I was writing Naruto fanfic and I decided to post it. And yeah, there we go. Andy says, I'm KDP and Drafted Digital. Audiobooks is iNaudio or in audio?
In
In audio.
audio,
And ACX. The more platforms I add, the more admin I have to do. Exactly.
admin, marketing, not just
Yeah.
books,
All the
writing.
hats are stacked
Yeah.
this high on top of our heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. GeoCities. I haven't seen that word in forever.
Me too.
Wow. Wattpad is so cringe. I know.
I know, but lots of people used it apparently. I was just like, what's this?
Yeah. I think, what is it called? Galatia, Galletea, is the new Wattpad. But they have like a certain section on that website that have had movie deals come out of them. And I'm like,
Well, did Wattpad have deals come out of it too?
I think so too. Yeah. But it was like, it seemed like Wattpad was all Hallmark stuff.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I can't remember. It's been so long. But yeah, I didn't know what fanfic was until I started watching AuthorTube in 2020. Yeah. Uh, Andy says, I try to keep my marketing simple. Email list, book promo sites, stacked slash blast. Social media works, but I don't do it because it takes too much time and I prefer to spend that time elsewhere. I get that.
I'm just now going through and handling the promo listings that I had collected, gosh, a year and a half ago, 2 years, and a lot of them are still active. So I'm hoping that I can get a little bit of traction coming from genre based
Mm.
promotional sites.
I need to get into those. I even switched from Story Origin to Book Funnel because a lot of the promos only wanted Book Funnel links and not Story Origin links, and I still have yet to get in on them.
I have to say I really I love the book funnel look and the design, and it is very clean and sharp compared to Story Origin.
Yeah.
But I keep Story Origin around because of the other features,
Mm-hmm.
the readers, the art thing, the vetting, and some of their promotions my books fit better in those promotions versus what I find on BookFunnel.
Yeah.
So we're blessed in that we've made enough money. We're making enough money that we can afford both.
Nice.
And because we're going into the publishing company situation, I think that's going to be helpful
Hmm.
to be able to do both forums.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's BookFunnel was kind of a game changer because it integrates so easily with other programs,
Hmm.
and we're using it with Fourth Wall right now. I mean, we
Nice.
don't when it comes to digital stuff, I can just hand out a QR code when somebody purchases it for a special price at an event, and they can go immediately and get the book funnel link right then. I
That's
don't have to
nice.
do
That's something I need to do too. Rachel has all the ideas that you can steal. No.
I
See,
also have I also have a list of things that you should not try. Because I didn't get everything right in the very beginning. That's the reason I call my stuff experimentation rather than goals.
yeah, yeah, I get that. CB went through a phase where they read nothing but Harry Potter characters and read the books, fanfics, and then there was a massive cull. My first fandom was The Simpsons. Oh well. There is all
Oh,
kinds of stuff on fanfic.net. There's all kinds of stuff on AO3. I mean, holy cow. And when you upload, you have to like scroll through all the things so you can click on what your thing fits into. It's kind of tedious. I don't know if they've changed that or not.
we had original stuff that was kind of a mixture of several different things.
Hmm.
So I don't know where it would fit. And I think the one thing that we did do was DC and Marvel. And so as fan fiction goes, those were the two major
Hmm.
things that didn't run into being an original. And what I say when I say original, it's something that's like it's between like we're fan fiction from Star Trek and Babylon 5 and Deep Space Nine, the Deep Space Nine
Yeah.
version of Star Trek, and Babylon 5 together and weave it into a little bit of Firefly in there. And so we wound up with, a fan fiction that was original but based on these ideas.
Yeah.
So
Um, we did a lot of that too with our RPGs that we created. Um, we were on Insane Journal and Greatest Journal a lot with those though. Um, and we would our role play in the comments. Like a character would start a post, and then another character would join in, and we would just write that way. It was so much fun. I wrote
that is a
millions
lot of
of
fun.
words. Yeah, millions of words for that. That
Yeah, I think that's the only thing about fan fiction. You can get lost in fan fiction and the accolades that you get in fan fiction and forget that you could be publishing something.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah. So I get it was an addiction for me for a
Mm.
long time. So
It was me too, considering I had like 10 characters in like 15 different games. And yeah.
I me, Professor Q, and Dawn were the moderators
Yeah.
of like three places at a time.
Yeah.
So we were wrestling trolls and
Mhm.
trying to herd cats.
Yeah. And it's difficult. I remember the moderating days too. Oh my gosh. I started writing fan fiction in 2004. That's about the same time I started actually reading and getting into games. Um, so yeah, that one sounds like fun. I know.
It was
Remember doing that on the Simpsons website when it had forums. Oh, the forums.
1998, the end of 1998. That's when we started Dragon Fantasies and the Clandestine. The Clandestine was based on the world that um, Laurel K. Hamilton put together, mixed with Christopher Golden's
Oh wow.
vampire series.
Yeah.
So that was actually how Jean Claude, it was Jean Claude at the time, Jean Claude Rodin was born. And then he became what he is now.
Yeah. See ya, Andy, if you're still around. Wrestling
Hi,
troll,
Andy.
trying to herd cats and plate soot all the same
Yeah.
Oh man, the times, the times, the times.
They'd be fun.
Yeah,
They'd be fun. But
they were.
but yeah, it's just a matter of you get so involved in that and some of the drama that happens there and some of the stuff that you've got to deal with. Like one of my co-authors that we do still plan on publishing some of our work. Um, she actually I had to kick her out of one of the RPGs
Oh
because
no.
she kept my camera. Okay, there we go. So she kept wanting to push what she wanted on on other writers.
Oh
So she was metagaming
yeah.
and things like that. If you guys know what metagaming is, if you don't, let me know. I'll explain it. But the thing is it's just so ironic that I do plan on publishing something with her. I was like, you're perfectly fine when you're by yourself. It's just you don't play well in a crowd.
I had a friend like that. She would move others' characters around, and I'm like, you can't
That
do that crap.
that's one of the things she did. That's one of the things she did. It's like, I'm sorry, you don't have a moderator badge. What the hell are you doing?
We used there was one game where we had the characters follow certain plot points, and this one dude got so ahead with his character, and I basically inserted myself as a moderator, went God hand of God, and stopped the thread and made it possible that there was no more comments. It couldn't go any further until this date. And he's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're about to get in trouble." That was a lot of fun too, though. Oh my goodness. CB says I didn't have internet at home. We couldn't afford it. I didn't get home internet until early 2003. I think ours was right around 99.
98 and 99 was when we got
Yeah.
ours. Gosh, I still remember the the sound, the tone.
Yeah. You never forget that tone. Never
We
forget
had
that.
it before then. No, we didn't have it. Let me change that. I got it through campus. I would go to campus and I didn't I didn't start writing at campus though, but I started learning a lot of stuff on the internet that
Mm.
I didn't have access to otherwise. through the campus internet. And so the hubsto was always a nerd and worked in computers, in tech support, and all of that kind of stuff. So I guess we were relatively early getting it
Mm.
because of him, because of the stuff he did.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of was like, oh, goody, something to play with.
Yeah. I forget. Like, I had asked mom and dad to get it because it was junior year of high school, I think. Sophomore or junior year. So that would have been, yeah, 99, 2000 ish. ish. Um, but we didn't get it until Danny said, hey, I've got some of my classes that are online now because he was a paramedic and some of his renewal courses were starting to be just online only because they came out of Texas. And that was just so weird to me, but whatever. And that's when we got internet because he needed it.
Uh-huh.
He started to pay for it. And I'm like, haha.
Exactly.
Liz says I didn't get internet at home until 2007. And when you pay per 30 minutes in the copy shop or library, I only really did the essentials. Yikes. Pay per 30 minutes. Mm-mm.
I'll wait and explain metagaming and when CB gets back. I think that's what CB was talking about. I don't understand it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe.
Yeah. My
I'm
2003.
saying that out loud. Sorry. I was I'm saying that out loud so that I don't forget. You can make sure I don't forget.
In 2003, I was living in an apartment in a complex for disabled adults. That was when I had dial up. Yeah. Friends and boyfriends had internet since before it became the internet, like late 80s. Oh,
Oh wow.
what was that called?
I was oblivious to it back then.
But it was pretty much HTML code. Like the green
The
letters on the black
green
screen.
letters on the screen. Yeah. Okay. But I didn't think about it. Like my grandfather was into it. I remember playing Zaxxon on his computer and he bought me my first Commodore 64.
Oh wow.
But it was not hooked up to anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a computer to itself. We had a printer. That was it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get that. Just remember the brutality of the medieval times. Even the snakes are eating.
sir, we don't need to go there.
Yeah.
Uh, this is a whole issue. This is the reason that I'm a history and anthropology major rather than an English major because I ran into a professor in those times that decided that let me take a breath.
Oh.
She literally said in front of everybody that all of the old Celtic and Norse societies were absolutely brutal barbarians. It was even in their artwork because they showed that the animals were always eating their own tails in their artwork.
What?
I'm like, how are you a professor? Give me my money back.
No. Not, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I was just like, what?
I'm
But
having
yeah.
to like shove my filter in place.
Yeah, yeah. See, I had to get a good grade in her class, so I had to keep my mouth shut. But yeah, it was. Mm.
No. That reminds me of Nomicus scidius. I was a biology major. My major was animal behavior. And we had a professor named Skeet, Dr. Skeet, and he was kind of short, looked like a gnome to us. So his scientific name was Nomicus scidius, and he was just everybody's pain in the ass. He did crap like that. Yeah, yeah. English professor at a major university, even. Mm-mm. CB's back.
Oh yeah, CB, were you talking about that? You didn't understand what metagaming is. I wasn't sure what you meant by I don't.
Yeah, there was another term for it too. I can't remember what it was. Uh,
So that just proves to you, like, because it was a major university, just because you go to a major university doesn't mean you're getting a better quality education.
mm-mm,
All depends on the people that they hired,
mm-mm.
um, and also what they do to bend to other people. Because at the same university, I had an amazing anthropology professor, and he went through the first day of class, every single class, and he did a disclaimer about religion
Nice.
because he had been attacked by a student previously on the grounds of how dare he teach something that was not what was in the Bible. Anthropology. So his entire, at least half of the first class, it was a disclaimer about this is anthropology. This is not religion. The two situations can exist in the same space. However, you need to go to cultural anthropology to understand that. This is physical anthropology. It was
Mm,
funny.
yeah,
It was
no,
so funny.
no, no.
It's like if you can't take science, you need to leave. This is not the class for you. Give
Mm.
me your green slip right now.
Oh my gosh. I was waiting for anybody in our first couple of biology classes when we were talking about evolution to start whining and crying, because it wasn't biblical. But nobody did. Made me upset.
You were waiting.
I
Oh,
know. Margaret says, "Going to find the paper where I had additions mapped out and get that one thing done today. See you later. Hope you
later.
have a good Sunday too." But yeah, um, but yeah,
We have
metagaming.
gone down the road.
Yeah, hi. Yeah,
I was going to say talk about metagaming, but
yeah,
the fur baby came in.
yeah. I know. Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. I, yeah. Okay. Um, it had another term that we used in our games, but metagaming is pretty much where you move a character that does not belong to you, or you have a character that does not belong to you have a certain reaction, or something like that. You're controlling something that you're not supposed to control.
And also includes um, knowing or suspecting what is going on, not as your character, but because who you are as a player, and then using that knowledge in your character's actions and speech
Yeah,
so that it benefits your character.
yeah.
So we had that happen too.
It was the same for me taking astrology and having a fellow student sit there and tell our group that this material is wrong because the universe is only 4,000 years old. Astronomy, not astrology. Yeah. Whereas it's all good. It's all good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had. I took Earth Science as an elective, and she pulled out a geographical map of North Carolina. And one of the guys that I've had every class with to from the beginning of college to that point, which was sophomore year, looked at the corner of the map and noticed that it was cut off. And he's like, "Hey, this map is not true. It's cut off. This is not the entirety of North Carolina. I'm going to walk out." Because he wanted to see where I grew up, and that was the part that was cut off.
Honorable of him.
Right? We didn't get anything done in that class at all. It was, yeah, it was just chaos incarnate. All right. Anyway, I think we're done.
Yeah, we covered beta readers up and down.
Yeah. And yeah, fanfic. Which
And actually fanfic too. All the way through college. Yes, this is our normal. This is
yeah,
our normal.
and
If anybody's got questions, please put them in comments, not in chat. Because I just wanted to warn you, sometimes the chat just disappears and we don't know why on YouTube right now.
yeah, I've noticed that a couple of times, and I'm like, really? I was
So
kind of
if you
hoping it
have
was just me.
questions, comments.
Yeah, go to the comments. The comments will hopefully never disappear. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right, so you want to do your outro, and then I will.
It's been great. I love being here every other week. I want to continue doing it. And uh, if you don't know me, I am Rachel D. Adams, racheldadams.com. If you want to learn more about me and to get my books or to see what I'm up to next, which won't be a lot outside of my home base for the next year, probably. So just keep in mind, if you get on my newsletter, aggressively helpful writing advice is the Substack. You do not, it is free, but it may take you through a few questions as if it wants you to not be free. Just keep that in mind. On Substack, they do that. Um, and also, I have my newsletter through there, but you can just go to my website to sign up for that.
Awesome. All right. For those of you who may not know me, hi, I am writer Sam Ricker. I am a romantasy author. I have a book coming out on the 28th. My husband wants to keep me sated, which is the final novella in the 4 novella series of My Husband Wants. And we will see you right here for another episode of Breaking the Block on the 23rd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, or 2 weeks if you only join us for Breaking the Block. And we'll see you then. Bye.